Welcome to Job Skills Share. Today we are going to be starting our section 3 and it will be about server imaging. We cover USB imaging introduction in computer lab technician. If you're new to this course, this is a free course on Job Skills Share and you can take it for free. So all you need to do is to register to the site and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so we will start with the server and client imaging, and I'll just quickly start my demo. So in this section we have a computer. Basically it can be anything, Windows 7, Windows 8, 2012 servers, and we are going to install this application software, and basically it's called server, and the application we're going to be using is Your Backup. The reason I picked this application is pretty easy to understand the concept of server client imaging through this software. Now this is not to advertise this software, it's good or not, I mean it's doing its job, but you can use some other great ones that I used in the past. Fog server, Clonezilla server, there are some enterprise level software like Ghost, Acronis servers. I mean there's many softwares that you can achieve this imaging from server client technology. Now it's up to you. There are many tutorials on YouTube, so the main reason of this video and this course is to so for you guys to know the concept of imaging, so it can save your time while you do your job. Okay, so that's cleared. We are going to be covering this in a VirtualBox environment, and I will show you guys a video where I show a real-world example of imaging computers on the job. So that's going to be helpful if you like to see everything in real world. Okay, so now we have a server here and we have one master image. Now what happened is that when we install this on a computer, this is going to be with you somewhere in your office, in IT office somewhere, and probably this machine will also be with you, so you need two machines to do this. Now you can do everything in virtual environment, but I don't suggest when you do a production, like if you're in a working as a computer technician at work, then you probably want to test it on the real machines to see if everything is working, because you do need first internet connection to do this networking. Basically you do need a little bit faster network. You can't do this with a very slow network. If you already experience slow network, you don't want to do imaging over it, especially while people are on the computers. And well, even if you have a good network, you're not supposed to do imaging while people are on it. So you want to do this like in a weekend or at home, do some testings. So the idea behind imaging will be, we have one server here, we will have one computer that's going to be our master image, meaning this computer will be a fresh computer that you will install everything on it, Windows 7, Windows 8, install all the updates, applications, every single thing on it, and it will take you about probably three hours to finish everything. Now it depends, if you have so many softwares for students or maybe for other purposes, it might even take more. So let's say you spend all that time on this machine, you're done with it, you have your server installation ready. All you do is you need to install a server software on this one. You put a client you need to put a client on this one, and then the server will automatically get the image. So basically you install the server software on this one first, then you install the client looks for a server, and it automatically put the full image of this computer to the server here. Now let's say you have example, now you have the master image, you keep this computer with you. Now what happened is you are going to a lab environment, so you have one lab here and you have one lab here. Let's say for example you have 10 computers in this lab and 10 computers in this lab. All you need to do is to plug in your USB or ISO. This software comes with USB ISO, so you can burn that ISO to a USB or a CD. You boot this system from a CD or USB, and this will automatically look for this server and image on this server. Then you tell this machine that okay, I'm okay with this image that I have here, the master image. I know my drawings are messed up, but bear with me. So then it looks for this image right here, and this server will automatically starting sending image to this machine, and in about 10 to 15 minutes you will have the exact same copy like the master image on this machine. And it depends how many you do at one time. You can do 10 almost all at the same time, and it will take a little bit longer than that, but probably 15-20 minutes depending on how big your image is. Usually it takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and you will have everything ready all at once. Now you can already see how this is more beneficial when it comes to comparing this with the USB imaging. Now USB, you had to plug in a USB and another USB to make sure this thing is done. Then you will go to another machine and you will do the same thing. It's one by one process. In this, you're doing the USB part just to start the server so it can connect to the server, but then the rest it's taken care of, and the other ones are going to be the same way too. Now someone will say, you know, there are better ways to do this, but the main concept for you guys is to know what exactly imaging is. Now to learn it this way is much better, because now you're learning from the scratch. You have learned how to install a machine. If this was not possible, you could do it the USB way. If USB was not possible, you could do it this way. And then, like I said, there are other programs that you can go in details and search about it, like Fox servers and other ones. They're a little bit more advanced. So it's up to you how much time you want to spend on imaging and how much time you want to spend on creating servers to make it a perfect server for you. But this will give you a basic idea of imaging. So let's go to a technical side of this, and since we explained it, hopefully this might not clear things. After my technical videos, you will have a very clear idea, and after that you'll have another video that I will show you guys. Probably just play it a little bit, and then it will be almost clear. Everything will be clear. Alright, so what we will do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on my virtual box, and you guys can do the same thing. Now I already installed my virtual machines right here, so this is going to be my this run right here is going to be my lab computer image, and this one is going to be my master image. So this is basically like right here. So this machine is going to be this machine right here, and this machine is going to be my lab computer machine. So the first thing I need to do is to install a server, and server is going to be my main machine that I'm using right now. So this is, I mean, you guys can even do this, use it the same way I'm using right now. So you will go to Google and just type your backup, and it tells you right here your backup client server open source network backup, and it'll tell you a little bit more about it. The main thing I am interested in this is the imaging part, not the backup side. I mean, it's pretty cool that it comes with backup, but we're just looking for imaging now. So you see right here, it gives you a few options, and all them Windows, which is pretty good. You can do it on Linux, but I am doing this because most of our courses are towards Windows at this time, so we're gonna stick with Windows. So I'm going to download server, click on download, and then it will take you to this download. You can just click on this one to make it a little quicker. 1.4.7.exe is the one that I'm going to be using, and I'll just run that. Now just go back to the site, because you might need a little bit of information if you guys want to read about, because what we would need is probably this information right here. So now we need to install the server. You get this prompt, you say yes, okay, then click next, click install, and then let it run. It will install some things. Okay, we are done with the server side. Say finish, and let's see if it's working. This is the link that you guys need. You can even access the server through another computer once it's running. So we'll click on this link, and as you can see, the server is running right now. All we need to do is to make sure we specify our where are these images going to be getting saved. So that's something very important. You go to settings, and let me accept this change, And right now it's backup storage path is your backup C drive. It depends, it's up to you guys. I mean, where do you want to save this? Do you want to save this to your C drive, which I definitely do not recommend if you're using it on a server. What I can do is probably plug in another external hard drive, or maybe if you have a lot of space on this machine, you can even use that. So let me see if I have anything. At this point I don't have anything on this machine, and I don't want to save it on my C drive. So what I can do is I'll plug in another external hard drive right now. So as you can see, it's my C drive here, and I don't want it on my C drive. I am going to plug in my external USB, and I will save it over there. So as you can see, your backup storage path is C drive. Definitely you want to change this to either external drive if you have a big 1-2 TB, or maybe you can just choose like my documents area for testing. So I'm going to change this to my documents. So I made a folder inside my documents, and it's called your backup. If you click right here, it's going to give you a full path, and I'm just going to copy that path and paste it right here. Now if I go back and save it, that should remove that. See right there was an error message for us that is removed right now. Other things, you might want to go to settings, and let's check some settings. Do not do image backups, do not do file backups, download client from update server. Leave that one, leave these one on because it updates things. Max number, you can make it up, it's really depending on you. Automatic backups database global, so we'll leave that one on. The one that we want to come back here is, let's go ahead and disable all these backups because we don't want to do any backups at this point right now. So I just disable these two right here. Client, okay, so we have a little bit of information here. We don't need to do anything at this. You guys can really check this in details by going to the site, but at this point I just want to close whatever I need to close. Encrypted transfer, as you can see, this has encrypted transfer, nice security feature. Also, okay, so now let's go back to the image backups. This is the one that we look for, and right now it says internal for full backup is 60 days. We can just disable that and disable these two. Image backup compressed VHD, volumes to backup is C. This is going to take an image of C drive. If you can basically check what it is, and it tells you how to specify volume backup, and you can basically right here you specify should volume CDE separated by comma if you want to get a little bit more. So let's go back in there. Maximum number of criminal days, image backups, minimum. Let me see. Do not do file backups. Do not do image backups. And this is going to be okay. So I think we are good with all the settings. Make sure we just remove these because we don't want it to run at this point. But you can, you can leave it 60 days. What's going to happen is that let's say, for example, you have a computer for your president, and you want to keep imaging that computer to make sure you have a nice images. If something happened, you can go back to like a week 1 old image, or 2 weeks older image. So the reason I wouldn't do this, because if you have one good image, you wouldn't want to do imaging to save their data. Like, for example, the whole computer data will be getting saved, even if it's incremental. It's still a big file, so you would probably go and turn on the file backup options for them, so then it gets saved somewhere on a network drive where you can save it some other ways. So you have all the backups till the last minute they work. So you keep all these backups but then you have the image, a nice image that you just go there, put that image on their machine, and then restore data from some other backups. So that's why I kind of disable these. So alright, so we talked a lot about this. Now the server is running. All we need to do is now to go to our client machine, the master image. I'm going to turn on my, so this is where my master image is right now. So I want this master image, so let's go back here first so you guys can understand. I want this master image to go to my server and save it on the server, because I have done every single thing on this master image, right? And this is my master image. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Okay, so I just need to restart the virtual machine and everything was good. Okay, so now I need to log into my master image. So we are logged into our master image right now. Just want to wait for it to get connection. So now I need to go to the site. So you go to the site and type your backup, and here you go to download. And in the download section we need a client now, so what we need is basically this one right here, Msi Installer. Yeah, installer. I won't do the without tray icon, I'm just gonna do it with the tray icon since I want to do some things. Ooh, yeah, it's pretty old. Let's try again. Okay, so now we need to download that client, and you don't have to do this through the web. You can even, on the real systems, you would have either a shared drive, or you can even put this on a USB and just plug it into that machine and run this client from there. So actually I clicked on a wrong one. It was 64-bit, which I don't want 64-bit. I want this one right here, this one, sorry. Click on this. Your backup client, yes, okay. Again, make sure you guys are, if you have a 32-bit system, you're using a right one. I think this one worked with both 86 and 64. So let's see if this one will work. So our server in the background is running right now. It's just going to wait for this client to connect and talk to each other, so then it can grab this whole image and put it in our documents section. I'll show you guys when to start doing it. Click OK, click next, install. Okay, it's finished. As you can see, it's red. This is going to change. It's basically looking for a connection right now. Let's see over here. Go to status. Just going to see show all clients, and as you can see, computer name. This is you can check the status by, and then you can see when I was doing that it just changed. When you right click on it, you can see right here everything is connected. So you can click on status. Server is basically right here. This is a server that is connected to, waiting for local server. Let's go to activities, and remember we changed our backup options to not do imaging. So what we need to do, probably this is do full file backup. I don't know why this is up, but let's go back to our settings and check this right here. We need to disable these two. Let's say save here. I'm gonna go back to imaging, image backups. So our image backups are good. File backup, we disable that. Alright, let's go to activities. Nothing here so far. This is going to get updated in a few seconds. Status right here, do image, do a full backup. Client, student computer, internet. Okay, so we got that one working. Let's go back here and do, oh yeah, things are not working good in this virtual box for some reason. Usually this doesn't happen. I mean, what you need to do probably, if this something like that happens, then you probably need to restart the machine to make it work a little bit better. I haven't restarted this yet, but I'm just waiting for it. Maybe it will start working. Alright, so it looks like we have everything working here. Now we can just go here. Let's say, for example, say show clients, and this is where the client is right now. When you do show clients, it says online student computer. It automatically populate this. What you can do here, you can check this and just run a command from here, like full image backup, and say start for selected. So what's going to happen, it is going to send out through the server a signal that I need to do full image. And let's go back here and we'll see this icon will change in a little bit. So we clicked on that. Go to activities. Takes a little time. Refresh. Now I did have a little issues here with the update. Like I said, you probably need to do a restart on this machine, and just to be safe, you know what, let's just go ahead and restart the machine. I was just waiting, maybe it will work without restarting, but I guess not. Okay, so it looks like that needs to be restarted, this machine. We'll go ahead. Well, let me just do a log off and log back in. Maybe that will work. Okay. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check the status. Connected to the local URL server. And you see show all clients here, full image, select, save. Right, so we need to go back here. Just want to make sure my settings are correct. Continue file image. Okay, that's the exe is having an issue. The update exe. Now, how do I make sure this is fixed? Yeah, this is we're having a little issue right here. Your update client.exe has stopped working. Now, what do we do with this? What you can do, easy way would be just to go back to control panel. Now this machine is not up to date. This is a virtual machine that I just added, so it could be a .NET issue, .NET 3.5, or some other issues. But let's go ahead and uninstall this from here. So we uninstalled it. I'm gonna go back to my site again, google.com. And your backup. Click on download. Okay, we wanted this one. I'm going to save it just in case I need it again. Stop this. Right now it's looking for a server, so let's wait for that. There you go. So once I installed it again, let me go back in there. When I installed it again, it's basically started imaging, grabbing the computer information right now, and as you can see right here, the full image backup is underway. And if you go back to your status, you will see a little bit more information now, and it says last backup, last seen. Now the computer basically came to this point before you had to go to show all clients, and it will show up in the show all client area as this is right here. So the full image backup will start right away once you connect the client. And as you can see here, even though it's red, which should go away, probably, let me see what's going on here. This is a manage engine. Okay, yeah, even though it's red, but it's working. As you can see, probably need to restart it after image. I wouldn't restart while this is imaging. I don't know, maybe because I installed it twice, messed it up a little bit, but this will be like a little bit grayish type icon. And as you can see, the image is basically going through right now. This numbers are growing, so that's a good thing. While this is finished, we need to do a restore and make sure that this image is working correctly. That's another process of this whole imaging. And that's actually good that we went through all these troubleshooting things, because this is something you might come up with even in the real environment, real system that you're working on. So this is how you troubleshoot. You just need to uninstall, reinstall things, make sure things are working. And this is probably a one-time thing to make sure that it works. Like, you're basically working on a server machine right here, and the only machine that you working on the master image, and the other ones are going to be just you putting the USB into the machines and restarting it from, and then grabbing the image from this server right here. So you're not doing this client installation on each machine, which is a good part right there. You can also come to the status area and you'll see the bar. It will show you actually a quicker way, or you can do the activity, which shows you a little bit detail by percentage. So So let's see what happens. So once the backup is fully done, you will see the backup status in here too. Logs tell you something about if something is not working. You can do a live logs in there, and you click on that, it gives you a little bit more information of what's going on and tell you exactly what's happening. Right, this is the backup that's going on right now. You can go back in there and say activities, and now 17% done. Now while this is completing right now, as I talked to you guys in the beginning, that I'm going to show you guys a real world example. So if you go to this course and scroll down, I put this section server client imaging real world example, and I took this video like about 6 months ago, so it's pretty fresh. It won't be big changes to the software, the way it works, so you guys can watch this video how it works in a real world. You have computers right here, there's a server image, you have a USB right here, it's plugged in, and then how it works in a real world. So you guys can learn it that way. Now I also talked about some other imaging technologies that you guys can look into if you guys want to learn a little bit more advanced. This is the one that I really like, and it's pretty stable. A lot of people use it. Fog project. It's also you have to run it on Linux to make it work, but it's really good. Awesome support for it. It has a nice web interface. Another one is Clonezilla. So with this one is Fog Project. You guys can type Clonezilla. And this is the one that's another powerful, very powerful, and you can see the ratings on the bottom right here. Again, I mean, it depends whatever technology or whatever software you use, and is it easy to install? First thing, is it does it do the things that you want it to do? So it depends on what type of things that will work for you. Now, your backup is pretty easy. It's a small software. You run it, you install it, you run it on a client, and everything is automated. It will give you a general idea of how imaging works back to this image. Then once you understand this concept of imaging, then you can try any other things. You'll go in details about putting things on Linux and how it works with Linux and Windows machines at the same time. So this will give you a little bit more advanced skills when you are I mean, it doesn't have to do anything with lab computers. You can use this in any environment, because organizations have training labs, and then you might want to work on computers that you want to keep images. You don't want to do things again and again. So that's why it's important to learn this imaging skills. Very important. So at this point, our backup is done. It basically, this is the storage right here. Let's go to our document section where we were storing these images. One thing to keep in mind, you don't want it, if you're in a test environment and you just leave it on like that and it keeps taking backups like every 5 days or 10 days, you will run out of space pretty quickly. So make sure you know this. You know, my documents, this is where I saved it, and my student computer right here, this is the image, the full image is right here, VHDZ. So this is the whole files right here. Now let's go back to our virtual system. So this machine is totally backed up right now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this, turn it off. My server is running, my server has the image right now. Okay, minimize everything here. So let's say, for example, this machine is having an issue right now. This is your lab computer, or you have 10 more machines here laying down in the lab environment, and you want to now you want to put that image from the server on all of these machines at one time. So what I will do, I'll show you guys how to do that now. Now this machine is our master image, this machine is another machine, and I want to make sure that I get the same image from the server on this machine. This is, let's say, a machine that is not ready. You just have like fresh machines. you got one machine, let's say you have 10 machines and you made it working, that's the master computer. Now you have 9 more machines to do. How do you do those 9 machines at once? I'm going to shoot this example to you guys right now. So what you guys need to do first thing is to grab an ISO file. So you will go back to this site again, yourbackup.org, and then this is the restore CD file we need right now. So you can install this file and burn it on the CD, and you need to boot the system from the CD, or you can create a USB, burn it to the USB and start the system from the USB. Now if you want to know how do you do this on a USB, you might want to look into the USB imaging, which is right here, this one, USB imaging. I showed how to use a software to burn an ISO to the USB, and here in this real world example I'm also using that right now. So you can see this how I do it here. I'm not going to show how to burn it right now, so you guys can see the imaging right here, and then you can see it how it works in real world in this video. So once we have that downloaded, what we need to do is, let's say we will go to this machine. This is our machine that is has nothing on it right now, and we need to put an image on it. The first thing in virtual environment, and this is something that I'm doing in virtual environment right now, so you need to do this in a real world. You need to boot it from the real systems. So we need to go back here, we need to add a live CD. I don't know if I'm doing this right way, forgot how to do this. Okay, so we got live CD. Oh, it's saved, that's why I can't do anything in this one. Okay, so let me just try this one. Since this is turned off, it doesn't matter because I already have that image. Because one scenario is, let's say this machine is not working, how do I put that image back in there? So it's the same scenario right here, but I need to change this. So I'm gonna go back here to the storage, add a CD, and I'm just going to say choose disk, and go back to my downloads, your backup restore, and I'll just say okay. And now what happening, I mean, this is a virtual environment. Again, I'm gonna say this, that you do this on a real machine. Let me just go back in there. On a real machine, you will plug that USB right now, and then you will hit F12 or something, F9, or your machine. It will give you an option, do you want to boot this from a USB disk or a CD drive, and then you say, if it's a CD, then you click CD, if it's a USB, then you click USB, and then it will start the system like it's going to start right now. I'm going to pause this so I make this thing a little bit faster. Video is already taking a long time. Okay, so this is what you will see, and it will say start backup restore. Click enter. Okay, welcome to your restore. Please ensure that hard disk blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. And then say okay. So right now it's looking for a backup server, and that's the backup server that we install our main machine. That's going to be the same way if you're doing this on a real machine right now. If you plug in this USB in any laptop and run this ISO file, and you're gonna get the same screen, and then it will start looking for the server right now. So here you see right there, and you have please select your computer name, And what computer name you need to pick is the student computer, because that's the image we want. And that will tell you, okay, please select the data and volume which you want to restore to your computer, and then you pick the one that is correct, and that's the one I want. And tell you, okay, this virtual hard disk size was 21 GB, that's fine. The data on this disk will be overwritten, yes. And now it's going to start the restore process on that machine. And you do this on any other machines. You plug in the USB or CD on all of these 9 machines, and what's going to happen, the restart process will start, and in 15 to 20 minutes all the machines are going to be done at once. Now that's the beauty of server and client imaging, and you can make it even more easier by looking to other solutions, the fog solution, Conzilla solutions. They're a little hard to set up, but when they are set up, it's actually much more faster, and you can do a little bit more advanced stuff like Pixie boot and booting from like a network, changing computer names, adding to domain. You can go a little bit more advanced into this, but this gives you a general idea of how server and client imaging works. So hopefully you guys like this video. I know it's a little bit longer video. I usually make 10 to 20 minutes, but I had to explain things, and for education purposes I had to talk into this too. So hopefully you guys learned something from it. I'll wait for this to finish up, pause this video, and then show you guys it reboots, and then we're good to go. If you go back to your server and log into the site again, you'll see the progress, the restore progress is going on right now. So if you click on there, you see right there the restore online NES, and here also it'll tell you the image was, the full image backup was status okay when we did the first time. It's not online right now, it's turned off. Let's go back to how much, 13% done. Once it's 100% done, I'll restart the machine and everything should be back, and that's how it will work on the other 9 computers, and then we will turn this video off. Okay, as you can see, 100% progress, and we just need to wait for it to restart and see if everything is working fine. So there you go. Alright, so now make Windows bootable on different hardware, restore other volumes, stop restoration, and this one I'm going to do is restart computer. As you can see on the top it says successfully restore your computer. Now I'm just going to restart this machine. And like I said again and again, you're doing this process on multiple computers. That's one of the reasons you're doing this imaging from the server side, because you want to fire up multiple computers. So what I need to do, I need to remove this CD first because we are done with that. So at this point, basically, if you have any CDs or a boot set to CD or a USB, you need to change that to the hard drive. And to reset here, and there you go. So it should start my Windows 7. So that's a good sign right there. So that's what's going to happen to all of the machines. You will have that. Now the only part that comes in a little bit, that you need to go and change the computer name, and like again, if you guys look into the fog and other ones you probably will find a lot of forums or people have scripts that can do this stuff for you, and then that's not the part of this course. We want to keep everything simple, and you can pretty much go in details in advance, searching online how to do extra things. So with this, we are done with imaging section, and this video will be right here on the top. Like I said, you can see it in a real world example on the bottom. We have 2 more sections, and that will be basic sections about file transfers and other things, and then we are done with this course. So hopefully you guys are learning. If you guys learn anything from this course and these videos, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also drop a comment if you want something to change, or any other comments. Okay, so as you can see, things are up again. That's why I love imaging. Alright, see you guys in a different video. Bye bye.